Welcome everyone to episode 39 of Around the Book podcast, where tonight we have a little bit of basketball. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have a long wait ahead of us before the finals start. Possibly, um, we'll talk some baseball, talk some hockey, a little bit of lacrosse. So we'll have a little bit of everything for tonight. Um, but we're gonna get started with some NASCAR bets. Um, if you want to get started, Dalton, on those, tell us what you got for this weekend in NASCAR.
So we got a weird one this week with the Enjoy Illinois 300. So we're going from like one of the bigger races of the year with Coca-Cola 600 to very much a very minor race on the schedule this week. And there's not a lot of data. This is a relatively unfamiliar track, worldwide technology raceway. Has only had two different NASCAR Cup races. They've only been there the last 2 years. It is a road course to an extent. And it's kind of tricky to figure out how this is gonna go. But Denny Hamlin has had a lot of success there in the past. So that's who I'm taking to win at plus 550. I think he's a very safe pick this week. And overall on these types of courses, I think the Toyotas are always a safe bet. So I have Toyota to win at plus 130 as well.
Yeah, I like it. What's up, Jake? We're just doing some NASCAR right now. We can't hear you. I don't know if you're muted or not. But I'll give out a winner for this weekend. I kind of went with a long shot. I'm going Chase Elliott at plus 1,600 to win it all. Something about it, just like, I think this could be an underdog this weekend. But I did also do a bet for two racers to finish top five. I went Denny Hamlin and William Byron, both to finish top five, and that's at plus 265. So got a little bit of a parlay as well. Jake, do you have any NASCAR? Can't hear you. All right. So we'll see if he or when he joins back. But I guess let's get into some golf while he's coming back. It's the Canadian Open?
Oh yeah.
So the prestigious Canadian Open.
Sure.
What do you got this weekend for it?
So last weekend I got burned once again, hitting 2 out of the 3 on my top 20 parlay, but we're trying it again. Going with some really safe picks this week. Obviously I'm taking Alex Noren to finish top 20. I think he is just a very routinely safe top 20 pick right now. He's just playing some good golf, and he's probably going to win one of these weeks. More on that in a second. So I'm taking Alex Noren to finish top 20 at plus 115. I'm parlaying all these three together. I'm also taking Nick Taylor at plus 275 to finish top 20, which I think is crazy value. I know he hasn't played great since winning the Waste Management Open. He's really only had a couple of good weekends since then. However, he did win this tournament last year. So I think that should give him a little extra juice. And these tend to be the events that he plays well in. And I think, I don't think he's really a big threat to win, but I think he should be easily hovering around in the top 20 this week. And then finally, another guy that's just playing some good golf. Really came on strong last weekend. I'm taking Maverick McNeely at plus 150 to finish top 20 as well. All three of those guys together are at plus 1,915 odds. So I put a $5 bet on that to pay $100. So I feel like those are three guys that, I mean, I say this every week, but man, I feel really good about the value on these three. And I think there's a really good chance with this one. And then I'm doubling down on Alex Noren this weekend. One of these weekends, he is gonna finally emerge with a win. So this weekend, it's a relatively weak field. I mean, you got Rory and then not much else. I mean, it's really scant. I mean, your top three favorites right now are Rory at plus 360, Tommy Fleetwood at plus 1,600, Sahith Theegala at plus 1,800, and then you got Corey Connors and Noren at plus 2,200 right after them. So I think in this field, I think the value you're getting with Noren at plus 2,200 is just incredible. So I'm taking him to win outright as well.
Yeah. I like it. All right, we'll see you. Hello, Jake.
So my computer and my microphone are not getting along, so we're going to do this one from the phone. Apologies for that.
All good, bro. We're just doing some golf right now. Before I get going on mine, did you have any NASCAR or anything?
I don't have any motorsports this week.
Okay. All right. So for just like you last week, Dalton, I went 2 out of 3. I think Siwoo Kim ruined it for me. I think he finished like 30th, 30 something. I don't know. It was heartbreaking. But this week I'm going another top. I didn't go as crazy as you did. I did another 3 to finish top 20. I took the favorite for the weekend, Rory McIlroy. I took the second favorite, Tommy Fleetwood, and then probably a guy that's going to finish in the top 10, I would assume, Corey Connors. I took all of them to finish top 20. That's at plus 423. I did put a larger bet on this just because it's a bonus bet, $12.50. Because I usually, with how I've been doing these, I'd probably do like half a unit. So $12.50 is just a little crazy. So it pays out $52.97 on that. But yeah, plus 423. I'm not going to talk about it much more just because every time I do, I say it's going to hit, then it just never does. So it is what it is. We'll see how I feel about it next Wednesday.
Don't do your golf picks already?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a little top 20 parlay also, and then I have one other bet. I'm just taking Rory McIlroy to win at plus 360. Just because looking at the board, he's the far away favorite.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a couple of dollars on that. I think it's some decent value for someone who looks like the far away favorite. And then the three I have for to finish top 20, I have Cameron Young at plus 130, Zach Johnson at plus 500, and Ben Griffin at plus 300. So a little bit of some long shots this week. But I like Ben Griffin. He hasn't been too great the past couple weeks, but throughout the year he's finished or in his last 6 finishes before the last 2 weeks. He finished top 40 each time. He's been playing some pretty good golf besides the last couple tournaments. At plus 300, I feel like it's decent value for someone who I think will do well at this course. I'm also going with Cameron Young, top 20 at plus 130. He never seems to win, but he always seems to be up there. I think he's well suited for this course, and he's been playing pretty much every aspect of the game well. So plus 130, I feel like that's pretty decent value there. And then my long shot was Zach Johnson at plus 500. I've seen him at higher odds on some of the other books, but on DraftKings, I got him at 500. He has 2 top 20 finishes in his last 3 tournaments. Aside from that, he hasn't been playing the best this year, but he's finished in the top 22 of the last 3 tournaments. And at plus 500, I feel like that's too high of value to pass up since he's been playing pretty well recently. But yeah, those are all my golf picks.
I like it. All right.
Well,
So we have NASCAR done. We have golf done. I guess let's move into basketball. I guess we should all hope that, well, not for my bet's sake, but just for sports' sake, that the Timberwolves can extend the series, because if not, we're going to be waiting a long time for the finals to start. But saying that, I do have a few bets for tomorrow on this game. I have the Mavericks money line at plus 160. Had to take that. What else do I have for this game tomorrow? I took the over at 209.5. I think that'll hit fairly easily. And then, yeah, that's it. That's actually all I have is the over and Mavericks money line in this one. Dalton, what do you got?
I got that over. I am not touching the result, but man, that 160 is just, that's very tempting. But yeah, I don't know. I caught a break. I hit the Timberwolves money line for game 4 after getting burned on Indiana, and then got burned on Indiana.
Yeah.
In game 4, but I don't know. It's so tough. I was saying this before the show to EKC, like, I feel like this one's so hard because it's not your typical 3-1 series game 5 for the Mavericks because they're on the road.
Yeah.
You know, usually this is a classic gentleman's sweep situation, but they're playing on the road. However, the Timberwolves have been really weird these last couple series with how their series have gone. You know, they've played well at home, or they've played well on the road, but not great at home. So it's really hard to know how this is going to break. It feels like Minnesota should eke out one more game, and then I think Dallas is going to wrap it up in game 6 at home. But I'm not touching it personally. I'm just sticking with the over, which I think should hit very comfortably.
Yeah.
I got some bad news because I'm also taking the over. But I also think it should hit pretty comfortably.
That just means it's a lock. When we all bet something, all it means is a lock for anyone new that's watching.
That means the under is a lock.
Yeah.
I also took the I do think the Wolves are gonna at least push it to 6, and I think the Mavericks will win in 6. But I am probably gonna put a little bit on the Mavericks money line because the 160 just feels.
Dude, it's so good.
In Minnesota, but they also took the first 2 games. So I'm not too worried about them being able to win on the road. And it's Luka and Kyrie. So
yeah.
The plus 160 like really good value for that to me. But maybe how they get you.
Bait.
You know, Dalton, you were talking all that stuff last week too about how these lines are bait, and I think I was like 5 for 6.
I know I hit on a lot too, but I don't know. That one feels like bait. I don't know.
It does. I know, but you got to try it. Sometimes the bait's good. Sometimes it works out. All right. Anyone got any hockey picks for tomorrow?
I got one.
Let's hear it.
So part of it is some bias, definitely, because I do have that feature on the Rangers, but I am taking the Rangers at plus 102 money line tomorrow night. I know they did just get beat. I don't see them getting beat 2 games in a row at home. I just don't see it happening. I think they are the better team in this series, and I think I think they're probably going to put this series away in 5 or 6 games. I just don't think that Florida has enough to really hang on. I think they've already taken Florida's best shots, and every game's been really close. So I think the Rangers are going to end up eking it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake.
I'm taking the Rangers money line too, and I'm also taking the under 5.5 goals in that one. I feel like almost every game in this series has gone under so far. But yeah, it's a weird series because I feel like the Panthers have had more offense, but I feel like the Rangers have had a lot better actual scoring chances.
Yeah.
Looked a lot like I think the Panthers have way more shots, but the Rangers have looked more dangerous. And I agree. I think I just think they're too good to lose this series, and I also think they're too good to lose Game 5 at home. So with plus value for them at home, I feel like that's a pretty good bet.
Yeah.
Is that Game 5 or is that Game 4?
I think it's 5. I'm pretty sure it's 2-2 right now. The other or last night.
The Florida took Game 1. Gotcha.
And good news, I also took Rangers money line, but I took the over 5.5. I'm feeling a 4-2 Rangers victory tomorrow. So,
Okay. Well, to get the over.
Yeah. So that's going to be my hockey picks for tomorrow. And then I guess we have some baseball. Dalton, if you'd like to kick us off with some baseball.
Dipping my toe back in the baseball waters this week. These are very uninformed picks, but I do have a 3-pick parlay for tomorrow. These are I mostly just looked at pitching stats, and I looked at just kind of recent trends and how teams are playing. That's kind of the bulk of the research that I did. But I got for tomorrow night. Where is it? So I'm taking the Cubs tomorrow. Cubs money line and I'm parlaying these together. Cubs money line at -102. I'm taking the Tigers -1.5 at +160 against Boston. I do think the Tigers are going to win that game, and I think to win by more than a run, I think +160 is really good value. And then I'm taking the Yankees -1.5 against the Angels at -108 because the Yankees are great at just padding stats against bad teams, and that's what the Angels are. So parlayed those picks parlayed together are at +891. So solid value there together, I think.
Yeah, I like that. I did a little parlay as well for tomorrow. It's just 3 games, and I did this based off of starting pitching. Just some of the matchups I liked. Where is that parlay at? 1 second. There it is. So I took the Astros money line, Diamondbacks money line, and Twins money line for tomorrow. If you put those together, it's a +529.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I do have something crazy for tomorrow at +6,051. If you guys would like to hear about this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So these are all money line picks, and it's in a different league. So there's 5 picks total, and each from a different league. And they're all plus money lines. So the first, we're going to start off with the Rangers at +102 money line. Mavericks at +160 money line. Astros at +120 money line against the Mariners. They have Verlander going for them tomorrow, so I'm just going to Hope that he has his old man strength and goes to the gym tomorrow. WNBA, Indiana Fever, money line, plus 142. And then here's the one that I'm most scared of, and it's in college baseball, and it's Coastal Carolina plus 120 over Vanderbilt. If you, like I said, if you parlay all 5 of those together, you're a plus 6,051. So
Nice.
I like it.
yeah, it feels nice, but it also feels very risky. So don't go in there putting like multiple units on this one. Or a full unit. Probably wouldn't even put a full unit on it.
I like that though. I feel like those all are like
Yeah.
There's none that I would be like overly concerned about from that.
Yeah. They're all like you could see like you watch it and you're like, of course they were gonna win. But there's also a little bit of risk behind it because they're all plus money in their odds. So
yeah. I have a baseball parlay for tomorrow.
all right.
Starting with, I'm taking the Royals money line at plus 110. They've been playing really good baseball. They've quietly been one of the better teams in the AL. They, I think, split the first 2 games of the series with the Twins. I'm not sure if they're up 6-1 today, so that makes me feel even better. Brady Singer on the hill, and they're getting plus value. I feel like it's pretty solid value. They've been a decent bit better than the Twins this year. I'm also Astros money line at plus 120. They had a horrible start to the year, but they've been playing a lot better recently. And they lost the first 2 games in this series, but they were both pretty close. So I think I didn't know Verlander was pitching either, but that does make me feel a little better about that.
Yeah.
I got them at plus 120. I have the Diamondbacks run line minus 1.5 at plus 150. They're playing the Mets. The Mets have just been very bad.
Yeah.
And that's about all the reasoning I have for that. If they win by 2, it covers and it's plus 150. It feels like pretty decent value with how bad the Mets, just the negative vibe around that team. And then I'm also taking the Yankees run line at minus 108 against the Angels. I think it was Dalton that took this, and you said the Angels are very bad, and that's pretty much my strategy behind that pick. But those 4 parlayed together are plus 2,124. So
Okay. I have a hand up. I fucked up moment. Justin Verlander is pitching right now tonight.
okay.
And the game just started. So when I put the bet in, I thought I was looking at tomorrow's, but it was tonight.
Right.
We're still riding. Shit. And oh no.
Well, it's not like the Astros don't have several good starters. Like
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like who do they probably have pitching tomorrow night?
They have Spencer Arrighetti, and he's going up against Logan Gilbert for the Mariners. All right, we're not stressing. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
As long as the Astros don't have to go to the bullpen, then
yeah, that's true.
That
is very true.
Their bullpen is bad, but their starters are actually pretty
well. Unfortunately, I did just look up Arrighetti.
Oh no,
yeah, he's not good.
So in the last 7 days, his last start, he lost and gave up and had a 5.4 ERA in that game.
All right, so here's
his most recent start. He gave up 3 runs in 5 innings.
Okay,
could be worse.
To the A's.
Oh yeah, well,
he was just being charitable. That's all he was doing.
Got a high-powered off.
He was just being charitable. Damn. That got me. Sucks.
I do that all the time with the especially like the baseball and basketball games.
Yeah.
It's so tough to tell like when like one day ends and the next day begins.
Yeah, what messed me up is I didn't think about it because since we're on the East Coast, like I just assumed since the game didn't start yet, I was like, oh, there's no way that the game hasn't started yet. So then I was like, this is obviously a day game for tomorrow because it goes in order. And I was like, oh, yeah, Verlander's pitching tomorrow. And then, nah.
Arrietty's ERA for the year is 6.93.
It's all right. We rock.
He's due, though. He's due.
He's due. He's due. He's due. That's all that means. He's due.
Exactly.
That's all it means. All right. Anyone else have anything else?
I have a lacrosse parlay now that we're moving into the PLL season, but that's it.
All right. Let's hear it.
So, unfortunately, while my college lacrosse parlay last week hit, Maryland, which was my future pick for the year, ended up getting crushed in the national championship game against Notre Dame. It was bad. But now we're moving on to the pros. And PLL starts this week, and I'm trying something. It only let me parlay the first 3 games of the weekend. There's 4 games this weekend, but because the Atlas are playing twice, it won't let me parlay that 4th game together. But anyone that's watched the PLL in the past knows you see a lot of close games, especially the first week. So I'm trying something this week with my parlay. I took every underdog plus 1.5. So Archer's plus 1.5 at minus 160. Atlas plus 1.5. Archers are playing the Philadelphia Water Dogs. The New York Atlas at plus 1.5 are minus 130 against the Boston Cannons. And then I'm taking the Denver Outlaws at plus 1.5, minus 160 against the Carolina Chaos. Those 3 picks together are parlayed at plus 367. I think even if those teams do lose, I think those will be 1-goal games, if not overtime games. Just the way the PLL typically goes, especially early in the year, a lot of close games. So yeah, should be fun. It's interesting. This is the first year the PLL has moved to cities. So before, the teams didn't have city affiliations. This year, every team is affiliated with a city. So that should be fun.
Really?
Yeah, before they had like a touring model where they would just bounce around to different cities.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like I think the XFL did. But now each team is based in a city. And they're still going to do some weekends where they play all the games in one city to like expand the game. But yeah, this is the first year where they're back in cities.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have a couple of UFC picks for this week.
Ooh, all right.
Oh,
good weekend for it.
So first one, I'm going in the Sean Strickland and Paulo Costa fight. I'm going over 4.5 rounds at minus 105.
Interesting.
Yeah. The last Sean Strickland fight I watched went on a pretty long time. I think this fight is going to be a little bit closer than I think. Strickland's the heavy favorite for a good reason. He will win the fight, but I think it'll be a little closer, and I could see it stretching to maybe 6 or 7. Or I'm thinking of boxing. Never mind. I could see this going the full distance to 5 rounds. So I like him there at minus 105. It's still pretty solid value. And then my other UFC pick it's more of a long shot, but I'm going with Dustin Poirier to win against Islam Makhachev at plus 500. He's the underdog for a reason, but the last time we saw Poirier, he fought really well. I'm forgetting who he fought against, but he dominated that fight. And so I think just coming off a performance like that at plus 500, it is worth putting a couple dollars on. My confidence in that one is a little lower because he is a big underdog, but I think there's some decent value there.
Yeah, Poirier's last fight was where is it? I'm pretty sure was it wasn't Tony Ferguson, was it?
It was Saint Dennis or Denise.
Denise, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, he had a knockout in round 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I there's a smaller chance he'll win this one, but I mean at 500 coming off a performance like that, I feel like that could be bait too, though. You never know. But
yeah,
it's tricky.
Yeah,
I mean it's good value, and Makhachev is still very much like raw and kind of like as a prospect. Like he's still, I know he is the champ, but like, I mean, he's still not really tested.
Yeah,
I feel like he rose up quick.
Yeah. All right. So since this is a short show, I say it's only fitting that we'll close it out, but we'll watch like a couple minutes of like Tavon Austin college highlight video if you guys want to.
I know that.
23 million views, probably the best highlight film out there. I don't know if we can play the sound. I don't even know if we can play this video, honestly, but we're going to. We'll speed it up there.
Probably 1 million of those 23 million views are from me.
Yeah.
When I used to play football when I was a kid, I would just watch this before games to get like
I'm that fast. I'm that good.
I was nothing nearly as athletic as him.
Speaking of which, got to pre-order NCAA football soon.
Oh yeah.
I had the worst realization this week. I still am on the PS4 because I just
man,
deep to upgrade, and I just found out this week that they're not. Which I should have seen it coming because the PS5's been out for a long time now, but they're not releasing it on the old generation. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to just finally upgrade to a PS5.
Yeah,
or go Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, he was so fast.
Yeah, and I also they're not going to do cross-play on Online Dynasty for the first year.
That's stupid.
Kind of lame.
Remember when West Virginia was just like the shit in college football for a little bit?
Smith and
yeah, dude, Gina. Who else was on that team?
They just have a couple. They always just every once every 10 years they go on a little run.
Yeah,
like them before, when they were still in the Big East, you had the Pat White teams.
Oh, dude, yeah. All right, we'll watch a couple more.
You're so fast.
I can't wait for football. This gets me so excited, dude.
When I was a kid, I thought he was gonna be the best receiver ever.
I did too, bro. I was like, he's gonna go in the NFL and be the best player to ever play. I was like, this guy's gonna be like the next big thing.
Him and what was that play in Oregon? I'm forgetting. Like DeAnthony.
Oh yeah.
I think he used to run at sweeps like crazy.
Yeah. It was just because no one in college knew about that type of offense and that type of speed.
Yeah.
And then they got the NFL and they're like, hold on, you all can run this fast. All right, last one. Oh my gosh. The fact that like he just broke away from all them was
I
just
know.
All right. So we appreciate everyone for watching. Some Tavon Austin highlight video with us. We appreciate that. For our bets, let's hope the Mavericks win, but for the sake of betting, let's hope they lose and the Timberwolves can push this. I don't even know when Game 7 would be. So if they play, what's Game 5 tomorrow?
Yeah.
So then Saturday would be Game 6. So Monday.
Are they not allowed to start until a certain date for the finals?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
That's what you were saying. You said like otherwise we're gonna be waiting a little bit, and I was wondering.
Oh yeah. The finals are set on like a certain day. I think like if we didn't have this game tomorrow, it would have been like 8 or 9 days before the finals.
Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's all like scheduled on TV already, so like they have to adhere to it.
Dumb. That's
Yeah.
so dumb.
They only do that for the.
Yep.
Yeah. Why? 'Cause then instead they can just shove more random regular season baseball down our throats.
Yep. And then they'll hope that hockey's on or something.
Yeah.
So.
The hockey series might be over soon too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I
think
But
that
when did
one's
their
in the same
finals
boat.
start?
I think the Stanley Cup's not supposed to start till like June 5th or something like that.
Yeah, both of these could just be easily done quick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we don't go into that sports hell. Let's all just pray for that. Thank you all for watching.
We can bet on football next week. The CFL regular season.
All right.
We can bet on football again.
Okay. So is it So it's regular season next week?
Yeah, the last preseason week is this week.
All right. I wonder where I can watch preseason college or Canadian football.
Probably like ESPN 9.
Yeah.
ESPN the Ocho.
Yeah, show.
When they take that one random day in like June.
And you have to wait till like 2 a.m. when it comes on. But
yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll have some football then. I guess we're just not degenerates because we haven't been betting on the UFL or whatever that is.
not that.
What'd you say, Jake?
I said not that much degenerates.
Yeah, I just like haven't. It's on here. I just.
Is it
At least
like
the CFL's a real league. Like the UFL needs to like actually prove it's gonna exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week with some football, Canadian style, where the field posts are in front of the goal line. So see you all next week, Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern. Let us know if you trail any of our bets, and have a good night.